Pali is a non-smoking facility. It is very dry up here, and any of that kind of thing could start a forest fire. So what we ask, if smoking is something that you do, is to actually go out on the concrete outside of the gate, honestly, because this is a private place. Outside of the gate is the best place to go. Occasionally, I even have a cigarette, and I also will go outside of the gate to do that. So, doing that, making sure your butt is out, that also is a place that we can go to collect them and clean that up, and that way we don't find butts all over the ground in the camps. Makes sense? Awesome. With that in mind, some of our other things, we do have a noise curfew of about 10:30 p.m. So anytime past 10:30, you guys are welcome to stay out, look at the stars, hang out, do whatever. But we're asking you guys to just keep it down a little bit. The amplified sound, loudspeakers, microphones, things like that, we try to tone down a little bit. Hooping and hollering, any of the real aggressive games, trying to just bring it down a notch. Feel free to go out and about, but just try to keep it down around 10:30. With the same idea of our forest fires, you guys are not supposed to light any fires of any kind here. If you guys have any fires you need to light, I'm the guy that starts them, I'm the guy that puts them out. There are several groups that are enjoying fires tonight, and I will call the fire marshal, and there's a whole production of it, but I handle it all, and it's very simple and easy. You just have to let me know so that we can get that scheduled and things like that. Make sure that you guys try to keep your snacks and drinks out of your guys' cabins, because right now there are no insects or rodents in there, and we like to keep it that way. So it's always fun to have a cuddle buddy, except for when it's a rodent or something of that nature. So if you guys keep the food and sweets out of your guys' cabins, it will not attract those kind of insects and things like that. The pool and the pond are generally off limits unless there's a lifeguard, because obviously there is that risk of drowning. So please let us know if you plan on using that so that we can schedule lifeguards and things of that nature. So make sure we stay out of the water unless otherwise notified. With our footwear, feel free to enjoy a lot of our trails. It's a good suggestion to wear closed-toed shoes. Having appropriate footwear, we are in a mountain. Everything is not necessarily level or paved. So making sure that you have that available to you is the best way to go about doing it. And also to be wearing at least some kind of footwear when we're out in public, so that we're not barefoot in the dining hall or things like that. And we want to try to stay sanitary while we're here. With all the small children, make sure that they're supervised at all times. It's very, very easy for chasing a squirrel or a deer, and before you know it, they're halfway down the mountain towards San Bernardino or something. So make sure you guys just keep an eye on stuff like that. There's a lot of wildlife, a lot of things to distract them, and it's easy for them to wander off before you know it. So we like to just give that a gentle reminder. Make sure you guys are trying to be on time to schedule events. We schedule meals for you so that it's cooked fresh, and they time it perfect so that that meal is hot and ready just for you. So make sure that you guys also maintain that schedule, because if they have to wait, then the food starts to dry out, and if you show up early, then we're not ready yet. So trying to be on that time, and if you guys have trouble with that, let me know. We can try to adjust things the best that we can. Make sure that when you guys are traveling in the evenings or nights, that you guys carry a flashlight. It can be real bright up here and real dark down there, and before you know it, you've entered an area that's darker than you meant to. Or a time like this when you think, oh, I've got enough light, and before you know it, it's gotten too dark. So even at times like this, it's best to start carrying flashlights with you. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, is the rule I have up here on the mountain. We are at 6,500 feet elevation, which means you will dehydrate a lot easier. And that will result in dehydration and altitude sickness. Make sure you guys are drinking lots of water. We have sinks available for you. We also have a water cooler there. We'll be bringing more water by every day. If you need it more than once a day, we'll fill it up more. Just give us a text and we'll bring it by as much as you guys need. Feel free to do that for you guys yourself to keep away from that dehydration. Make sure that you guys, when you guys are hiking, don't hike alone. If you guys roll your ankle or get lost, it's so much easier and better to have two people than it is to one. If you guys are going to go out on any extreme trails, go way off. We do have about 100 acres here, and that's available to you. Come to me, I can give you a trail map. If you guys are going to go way out there, and also try to let someone know, hey, I'm going off in this section or that section. That way, when you don't show up for dinner, your group leader can say, hey, they were over here. That's the section they wanted to hike in, and we can find you a lot easier. It'll make things easier. Also, carry your cell phones. You guys have reception nearly everywhere on the campground, as well as Wi-Fi in a lot of the hot spots around here, especially the main road. sure that you guys are not trying to cook anything yourselves. We have microwaves and things like that available for you guys in the main room. But any major cooking and stuff like that is, again, hot plates. There's other ways to start fires. They're trying to stay away from that idea they're very sensitive about. Apparently it happens enough to where I have to mention it. Please don't remove your mattresses from the buildings. Some people tend to like to use them as slides or something. It doesn't work out quite as well as you would hope. You gain speed and then there's a tree at the end. They don't think ahead. So try to just use them as beds and not as whatever else you may think of along the way. You guys already went through dining, so that's awesome. Just to let you know how dining works, and you guys saw it for the most part, but when you guys go through, we do give conservative portions because the kitchen is cooking it fresh as you go. So if you guys take those conservative portions, you keep coming back for seconds, third, for whatever you guys want, and that'll be available to you because they cook as they go instead of putting it under a heat lamp. If we give you a mound of food right away, then it slows everything up and people have to wait for behind you. So you guys are free to come up multiple times. When you come up, feel free to grab a new plate just like at any kind of buffet. And when you're done with everything, we have those 3 black bins to put your guys' silverware cups and your guys' plates. So that's kind of the rundown on how the dining hall works and kind of the things that we were kind of hoping that you would be able to go with curfews and some suggestions with the hiking trails and safety. Are there any questions, comments, or concerns you guys might have for me now?
Do we have Wi-Fi?
Yeah, there should be Wi-Fi in a majority of the buildings. I don't know if this is one of them. So I know the main room does, and all around the main building does. If you guys have trouble getting in, there may be a password. Yeah, this says chalet. So there is a password that they're asking for. And it should be wow-wow-wow. So that's 3 wows, 2 dashes, just for your guys' exciting event. Wow-wow-wow. 3 wows, 2 dashes should be what we need to get you guys in. Very exciting. And that should be the password pretty much any building you come across. If you run into Pali Dining Hall or Pali Bears Den or wherever you guys might be, that should be your password wherever you go. Is wow-wow-wow. Any other questions?
Question. You said 10:30, right? Try to keep quiet.
We're just trying to keep it down.
Can we walk outside?
Absolutely.
Do we have any limit what time you have to definitely
No.
be inside?
No, I've had groups out till 3 in the morning. Some like to stargaze on the field. Even, throw a frisbee around. There's lights available for a lot of these things. That's fine. If you guys want to stay up all night long, knock yourselves out.
Is it safe to?
It is safe. I'll say, the animals that you guys would be worried about, mountain lion. They have 150 square mile territory that they're pretty territorial about. So you basically have about 1 mountain lion per 150 square miles, which is quite a lot. And so usually they're only around during a particular season. I have not seen one here in over the year that I've been here, so not a big deal. But most of those kind of animals, if you would see them, it would be most active at dawn and dusk. So if you're super nervous about them, those would be the times that they're most active. Of course, that's also when the deer and some of the more enjoyable animals are also most active at dawn and dusk and things like that. And I'll give you pointers as to the best places to find them.
Second question. The main room, you said that we can use the microwave in there?
Yeah, the main room should be open 24/7. The coffee, the hot teas, the cold teas, the hot chocolate should always be open to you guys. If it's not, I'll fix it to the best of my ability. The soft drinks, they shut off after dinner and don't open up until after breakfast. But the rest of that stuff should be open to you as long as the microwave. And you guys are free to go in there, play cards, hang out as long as you want in there as well. So that stuff's open 24/7.
Do you have any room for children, or they can hang out in the main room too?
They can hang out in that main room for children. I mean, there's obviously here, you guys, and there's lots of different, like the octagon, the sand pits are great places to help your kids for a little while and just tell them to stay in the pit. Things like, and there should be balls and stuff like that in there as well.
Besides the trail that we can pick up the map from you, right? So how many trails do we have?
There are several trails. Off the top of my head, I would say there's probably 7 or 8 different trails. Some of them connect together. basically, just as a rule of thumb, anything on that side, the kind of southeast, is going to be uphill. This is all downhill. It's got a pretty good slope going down in, and then you're going to have to take that slope going back out. But I can give you guys pointers on that. If you guys are going to stay somewhere close, you may not need one. If you want to really go out there, want to go on a mile or two run or something like that, let me know. We can get you
And
trained.
besides the trail, do you have any other activity like zip line, anything else that we can do?
A lot of those things are things that were scheduled in advance by your guys' group leaders. So those all take staff that I can pull in, but it takes time. So this is like their weekend. There are people that work at the camp during the week, and I've got to ask them during the previous week to bring in some little things like archery and stuff. Only take one person, and I can bring it in. Things like zip line for future reference. There's things like they have to be above 12 years old. And they have to be under 250 pounds. So hopefully it's not a problem. But they have to be 12 years old or older, because the big one is one that's self-braking. That means you apply your own brakes. It means if you don't apply the brakes, there's a sudden and abrupt stop at the end, which is less fun for you than it is for everyone watching. So make sure that you guys. Yeah.
It's too late to. Someone come up to later tonight. What time is the latest that they can get into the gate?
The gate should be guys open to you guys at any time. If at any time the gate is closed or they can't get in, give me a call or a text, and I'll be able to let them in. But during the weekend groups, we have cameras up there, so it is monitored, but we leave it open on the weekends. We only shut it during the week when we have small children of large quantities around. Okay. Let me know if there's any other questions. Yeah, the zip line would be something, it takes like 7 to 11 staff to run, so this weekend probably not something that we could do. However, there are a lot of other things that we can do. Looks like you guys have the pool open from 2 to 3, so that's available if you guys want to stretch it and things like that. That's a possibility. Things like archery might be a possibility, but the sooner you let me know the numbers and things like that, the better. There are generally some additional costs to those things, like archery is, I believe, $10 a person, simply because I have to hire trained staff to come in and...
So I can talk to you tomorrow about the trail and different activities tomorrow.
Yeah, you can if there's different activities, especially if you're looking at like archery and you're absolutely sure you want to do it. Try to get those numbers and text them out to me. If any of you want my number now, I can give it to you now. He also has my number. So if you guys want my number, I can give it to you. My number is 740-507-1836. And you can call or text me anytime. My toilet's running, my shower won't turn off. I want to do archery.
So can I pick up the trail like after?
Yeah, just let me know. I generally hang out in the main office till about 9 or 10, and then I start to go to bed. But feel free to anytime. 3 in the morning, people call me, and that's fine. That's what I'm here for. That is. It doesn't bother me at all. I have 3 older brothers. I've been seeing them on patience. So anything you guys need? Anything else?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't want to take any more of your time, but I know if you need